A little too anxious to get started on the outside, and that's a false start. You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make first down. 1st and 15 here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Brown. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Arch Madness. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
Now, I love night games because you have all day to get excited, get jacked up. And you could tell, QB might have been a little too excited. Forcing the ball into coverage on the first pass attempt, creating the interception. Now this defense has set this offense up in a great position to get some early momentum.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Catch in the middle. It's Flanagan. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I think that time offensively, we're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Here we go. Ready, go. They're in the gun. 3rd down. Here's Carr. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
They don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Texas offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Manning. Caught over the middle. It's Coleman. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs, too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's a guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Looking downfield, it's Manning. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Throwing Manning. Takes a hit as he fired. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that kick fell.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Every defense defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Let's see what he can do with it. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's Carr to throw. Complete on the left to Williams. Breaks into the open. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Well, it's a really nice job by the quarterback that time, working through his progressions, because the running back was not the primary target on that play. You find the check down, though, and when you get it to that guy, if he's even got a little bit of room, he's got the wiggle and the speed, and he's going to make something really positive happen. He did right there.
Notre Dame explosive in the passing game. Let's see what they do here. Running inside, it's Williams. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Throws for the tight end. Grab, go to the middle. It's Flanagan.
Big-time play there in the passing game. That's important for Notre Dame, too, as a program, because we know they've always been able to run the football. And we've seen them in recent years get to the playoff. They've reached national championship games, but they haven't been able to pull it off. For this program to take the next step, they have to be more consistent and dynamic in the explosive passing game, and I think this guy gives them the opportunity to take the program to the next level.
His drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Throwing, Carr, looking to the big tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
It'll be 3rd and long. Run inside, it's Williams. He stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
They'll get this drive started from the 29. Here's Manning to throw. Rushes on him. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Manning. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Well, I think they were really hoping they'd go in at halftime and get this guy settled down and find a rhythm for him. That has not been the case, though. We're here in the 2nd half. He's just 1 for 7 throwing the football and throws another incompletion. You're really scratching your head now for the offensive coordinator because you are digging deep into your playbook trying to find a completion for this guy.
Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
sure hands. It's Wingo. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here's Arts to throw. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead as we get a look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Got a little grass. Touchdown, Longhorns! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys. They usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there in that touchdown catch.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Out to get this drive started. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Longhorn. There's still plenty of time here, but huge momentum on their side.
Huge momentum. Way to get out the gates early. Early in the game to get up a couple scores, that is a beautiful thing. Takes the pressure off, puts the pressure immediately on the other side of the football. What a start.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Here he comes with the return. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
From the gun on third down, Carr. He's going for a big play downfield. Intercepted. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Sends it back in motion. To throw, Manning. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
That's a great job on the blitz, getting the sack and showing you his speed right there. And with that play, he's making some of the great Golden Goman linebackers of old proud. Guys like Ncaa27, Jalen Smith. How about Michael Stone? One of the all-time great names in college football history. Looking on, proud of what they're seeing from this young man. This dude has some skills.
The Longhorns will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. Here come the Irish, back on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty.
Ready. Blue 30.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards.
Here we go. Ready. Get.
Dropping back, it's Carr. Release to the back. Williams open on the right side. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. He goes right back to the air. That's caught by Williams. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside for the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And here's the third interception of the night. Gets the return down to the 25-yard line, and a big turnover caused by this defense. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Snagged in the middle, H. Coleman. Discards him with the stiff arm. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smothers. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Arch is going to throw for it. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. With that penalty, the offense is back up, still second down. Back to pass, it's Manning. Under fire. Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down.
Sweet, sweet. Kill. Booster.
Now here's Manning. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. First half turnover can swing momentum. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And that is elite third down defense. First of all, you get him in third and long, and then you look to the go-to guy. Jesse, I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find that dude.
Yeah, and it's hard, third in California, to convert that. Doesn't matter how good your receiver is, and this dude's obviously one of the best in the country, but the defense, they were all over it, they were ready for it, and they get the big pick.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go?
Go.
Throwing, Carr unloads to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo.
Ready, go.
Wants to throw it again. Got his man in the middle. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. Dropping back, it's Carr. And they will score! Touchdown, Irish!
And earlier this offense had to settle for 3. Nice job finishing the half, punching it in the end zone, cutting into this lead, and gaining the momentum in the football game.
And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
Quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. Just about ready to start the second half. inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. See what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Defensive tackle.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Might be changing the route. They'll try to power their way ahead. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
Yeah, and I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do...
Mason grabbing their space.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. The run inside. It's Young. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Carr. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Gonna run it. It's Mobley. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. 3rd and 6 yards to go. To the air, it's Carr. Throws to the tight end. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Carr to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Manning. Complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out route. Spin, still running. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Looking to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Hart's going to spin it again. Looking left. It's complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And that's this guy's 3rd catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to, look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing. As every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
Run in the red zone. It's Brown. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
Manning to throw for it on 4th. He's got it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Now on the move. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Got his man downfield. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. The Irish punch back.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal here in the 4th. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. take over, and they'll send out the offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Throwing Manning. He's going to take off. There's a crease. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Scanning the field, it's Manning. Fires to the big fella. Still on his feet at the 45. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
To the air on first down. Get it out on the screen. Across the 25, he's got room. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Manning to throw. Quickly complete. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And he got that extra point through, no slipping on the snow, it was good. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Complete in the middle. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. Notre Dame right back to the line. He might want another play.
Let it go.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Looking for a big play. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Here's a hit. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing up.
Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. Under fire. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that first down marker. 4th down coming. Again, it's Carr. Throws for the tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive.
Here we go. Where did he go?
Here's Carr to throw. Bringing the heat. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! The Irish touchback. Lining up for the PAT. Just blinding speed. Speed that almost paralyzes defenders.
When you got a quarterback with that much speed, you got to find tricky ways to put more speed on the field, spy the quarterback with somebody that's really, really fast. And even when you do, a lot of times he still makes plays because he's that dang fast and that explosive.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. Here's Arts to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29.
We talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
Trying to get the edge on the toss. There he goes. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
On the move. The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. Remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Young. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Let it go.
The give to the back. Touchdown for the Irish. And with that, they move out front, going for it.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Brown. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And that's the luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
To throw, Manning. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down and run. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
It's the fourth quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need a to score badly. You got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job. And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
A give to Brown. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time they let him get out of bounds.
4th down, Manning. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
Well, I know when the defense goes back and watches this film, it's not going to be perfect, but that was the stop they needed, right, David? You've got 2 great offenses going back and forth. You just got to be able to break serve once. And the defense did it here at the very end. No matter how you do it, I know the stats weren't great, but the most important statistic, they get the win.
Get the win. Obviously, you worry about cleaning everything up, but you also want timely defense, right? Like, when you need it, can you come through? I know a lot of people were holding their breath on the sideline, wondering if they would come through, but they did. They got the stop in a big moment. Their offense scored a bunch of points, and they walk away with the victory. Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. The Longhorns stop the clock for the final time, calling their 3rd timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Oh, better look out. There's some room.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the 4th quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
Throwing. Carr. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down. Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. From the red zone, it's Young. And this play will be for no gain, and that is going to do it. Final play of the 4th quarter. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those 2 teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these 2 squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.